The very first step to setting your day up like a winner and already having the winner's mentality within like an hour of waking up is to just wake up early. You don't have to go crazy like 3:30 a.m. like I do. You can just wake up at 5 or maybe 6, but I think 7 is kind of the chopping block. Unless if you're like down bad right now and you're like waking up at, I don't know, 12 on average, which is just awful, but you want to wake up early. That's the first and very most important step to starting your day like a winner. And on waking up early, I made a video on it pretty recently. I'll just summarize it. Basically, download Alarmy, put your phone on the charger across the room, and get good sleep. So the second step, and the second most important, you have to start the day off with some sort of win, right? You can't just wake up and get straight on your phone, because that's just ruining the rest of the day. The better you start, the better your day, right? It makes sense. So for me, what I do, as I'm sure you know if you've watched my other videos, I cold shower. I do a cold shower first thing. Well, not first thing, but I get up, I turn off my alarm, I go take my dogs out, and then I go to the bathroom to pee, and then I don't leave until I've cold showered. Right? Something you could do, it could just be making your bed. I think there's a book on making your bed, and like it literally just talks about what I'm talking about right now, but that's besides the point. And it can be something like making your bed, a singular push-up, or I don't know, just like taking creatine, Just something simple. It has to be a win. It shouldn't be like a huge YouTube video or like 2 or 3 hours of studying. It shouldn't be your big task for the day. It should not be done off rip. You should work your way up to it. And I'm not saying like take 1,000,000 steps to it, because then you're not going to want to do it. I'm talking take 1 or 2 steps. Because me, every like the past week or so that I've been uploading, I wake up, right? Obviously. Then I'll go cold shower. Then I'll go write my intentions for the day. Except for Saturday, but Saturday was the one day I've woken up late this year. So after the tone has been set for success by making a win, and you have the winning momentum, do the big thing. Like for me, obviously, like I've just told you, cold shower, I write my intentions for the day in my journal, and then I'm instantly onto the video. The video is like the big task for the day, right? It's my eat the frog task, which I'll explain very quickly. So if you were told you had to eat a frog every day for the rest of your life, the best time to eat it is in the morning, like soon, right? Because not only do you get it out of the way, but if you do it late at night, you're gonna be having that like sense of guilt the entire day because you haven't done it yet and you still have to do it, and it's so much better to do it early, right? So some examples of the big task for me, it's a YouTube video. It could be like a run, like you go on a run or you lift some weights. And honestly, for me, that's not really the big task anymore, because I've just gotten very consistent with that, so I don't have to worry about it. It could be studying, like if you want to get good grades in school. And quick note, after you do this, you should be very proud of yourself. Like you should get hype, you know what I mean? Like, fuck yeah, bro, like fuck yeah. Like, yeah, you just did that shit, and it's fucking, here, let's go. It's fucking 4:05 in the morning, nobody else is awake, and you've already done more than they'll do in the entire fucking day. Hype yourself up, get that momentum, right? And with that momentum, you want to do boring tasks, right? You want to go from something super hype, let's fucking go, into something boring. And the reason is, if you do the boring stuff while you just did something else boring, it's much harder to get something out of it, you know? And, excuse me, and I do this. I'm basically just giving you advice that, like, I'm talking to my younger self when I make these videos, right? I'm not talking to some random ass person. I'm telling my younger self how I should have done stuff. So, for example, the boring stuff that I do right after the video, I'll do 15 minutes of meditation, which I never look forward to, but I always do. Just check off the box. And then I'll do 15 minutes of gratitude, which it really does depend on how long, you know, but I do 5 gratitudes a day. Like, I'll be grateful for 5 things, and they do have to be different. I can't just write down that I'm grateful for my watch, my water bottle, my laptop every single day, right? That's not genuine. So, when I say that the tasks are boring, I don't mean that they're not important, right? Obviously, you know, meditation and gratitudes are very important. And yeah, exactly. They're the opposite. It's when you do the boring things that you learn the most, especially about yourself, right? When you're meditating or when you're doing gratitude, you will learn about yourself and you'll just learn, right? When you're doing the big, exciting, hard stuff, well, you'll probably still learn, and it's just the boring things are when you learn the most. And I wrote down a few more things. How to carry the momentum. I'm not exactly sure how to do it, other than the way that I do it, right? And the way that I do it, let me just pull my Google Calendar. So this is today on my Google Calendar. It's like all subverted into, you know, things. I have everything in order. So that's how I do it. Because I do this yesterday. I did that yesterday. I don't want to give myself any choice in what I do, because when you give yourself choice on what to do, you slip up, because you're still a dumb piece of shit. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to myself, right? So, the momentum is from doing the pre-planned schedule and just checking off boxes, right? The feeling of checking off boxes keeps the momentum, perhaps even propels it. And something else, a side note that I learned while watching a video yesterday, you don't want to stay inside all day. Just don't. Because that's where it's safe, right? That's where you can watch porn for like 4 hours and there's no embarrassment. Well, I mean, afterwards, obviously, there's going to be embarrassment. But, like, go to a library or, like, go to a gym. Like, if you work out, just go to the gym and just stay there for, like, an extra 2 hours and just work on stuff on your laptop or just read a book in the gym. It's not like people are just going to, like, get mad at you. Well, maybe they will, but they really shouldn't. But what I'm trying to say is that being at home makes it so much easier to ruin your momentum. Like, any small thing will just, it's a downward spiral. Sorry about the stomach. But, for example, Saturday, I relapsed on my NoFap streak. So, I know exactly why. Because the morning, I'd woken up late, my mentality was bad, my willpower was not very strong, and I took the first step on the downward slippery slope, right? So for me, the first step isn't always to do with the main problem, like, you know. And the first step for me was just eating a Rice Krispie treat, right? That was just slightly weakening me. That was just slightly indulging in letting my brain know that, yeah, okay, we don't have to do this anymore. We can do that, right? Don't take the first step. Never, ever, ever, ever take the first step. It's the easiest to avoid, but you have to keep the big picture in mind. Like, if the first step, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, just going to the bathroom. I don't think it makes sense, but just say going to the bathroom is the first step on, like, messing up or whatever. It's the easiest to avoid, and it's what leads to it, right? You have to keep the bigger picture in mind all the time. You have to know the slippery slope. You can't just think, oh, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. Oh, you have to keep the big picture in mind. And how do I stay consistent in doing this? Well, you just do the same shit every day. The same shit every single day. And it sounds boring as hell, and you're right. It is boring. It sucks. But how much are you willing to sacrifice for your future self? For the 25-year-old version of yourself with huge pecs, huge biceps, that has $1 million, right? You have to sacrifice the fun now for the fun later, right? The hard path usually turns easy, and the easy path usually turns hard, right? And the conclusion, just, these are going to be the things that you do. Write these down, something. Number 1, start off with a win. Whether it be making your bed, cold shower like I do, a push-up, etc. And you want to carry the momentum from that win, and then do the big thing. Do the big thing, because it's super important. Momentum is very important, because if you have shit momentum, you're going to do shit. If you have insanely good momentum, you're going to do insanely good, right? And then finally, just do it over and over again. Just do it over and over and over and over and over again. It's what I do. It works. I'm trying to help my younger self. So, that's it. Appreciate it. And see ya.